안녕하세요. 좋습니다. 감사합니다. Welcome to the very first edition of K-pop news. I sometimes post some articles in the community tab. I actually haven't done it in a little while, but I do look up some news articles from K-pop sources, and I thought for a while now it might be cool to try and do a little video like this. I think coming up with some different content, formats or however, like kind of adding a little bit of variety to things would be like a pretty cool thing to do. So I figured, why not talk about it a little bit, right? Some of the things that I would post in the community tab, articles I might reference, just a couple, just maybe like once a week I'd do something like this, and maybe if it gets popular enough, we can do it a little more often. But we'll just try it out for now. So no big deal. But I know most once out there I've heard Diane's alarm, so I just gotta play this.
What are you doing? It's too late. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hurry up.
Oh man, that's so great. It's I have it set on my phone already as the alarm, and it's funny because after I heard it, I thought Diane could do voice acting, if she wanted to do it. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty good. It's pretty good. She's got. She did it in different languages. She did English, Korean, Japanese, and then she did a Chinese one, but she doesn't know exactly how to say it. So she says something along the lines of "Have you eaten yet?" and "Thank you." It was pretty funny. I gotta admit, it was a pretty funny joke. But the first article here, this is from today. ITZY sits out of the group's ITZY album release showcase due to health reasons. Now, I'm going to check out one of these songs soon, and so this caught my eye. Let's see. ITZY recently caused fans to be worried after stepping out from the group's first full album showcase event. So this is going to be IVE's first full album. So they've had a couple of releases before. Of course, we've done, I think at least two IVE songs. I think we've reacted to so far. So it's a group who I know I really enjoy too. Like they're really good. So this is it's just something that caught my eye. The latest title track, I Am, had been mentioned, and so then I was like, oh, what's going on with this, right? What's happening with IVE? So on April 10th, IVE held a showcase event marking the release of their first full-length album, IVE. On this day, Ray was seen at the photo op but was unable to remain for the rest of the event due to her worsening condition. I wonder what's up with that. I wonder, I hope she's okay. First of all, I hope she gets better. Let's see. The showcase event was held at the Conrad Seoul Hotel in Yeouido, Yeongdong-po-gu, Seoul, and all 6 members were in attendance at the event. I've showed the music video for the title track I Am, introduced the album, and had a Q&A session. While Ray was seen at the photo op, she was not seen for the rest of the program. That's interesting, isn't it? Because it's not, in other words, it was okay. She felt good for the photo op, and maybe, they probably talked it over beforehand and said, would you be able to go out for the first portion, the photo op portion, and make the appearance so everybody sees you and knows you're there and you can say hi to the fans and all that. And then after that, go ahead and maybe she needed to get some rest or something along those lines. Let's see. Well, everybody looks pretty good. You know what I mean? Like nobody Nobody's they look good, you know what I mean? They got the fits, you know, they got the look. Man, let's see. The presider explained that Ray had to leave the event early due to her worsening condition. After the event, fans expressed their concerns for the idol and commented in various online communities, "Please feel better soon. Oh no, Ray, her complexion didn't seem so good when she arrived in Korea. Their schedules are so packed. I hope she's not too sick, and I hope she gets enough rest and gets better soon." Oh, okay. It's, you know, the photos, of course, when you see this, I mean, I can't tell. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, I guess I'm not familiar enough with her normal appearance, her, you know what I mean? Like her unaffected appearance to be able to tell about the difference in her complexion. But it's interesting, and, you know, it makes sense that fans would notice something like that. See, meanwhile, IVE is making a comeback with their first full-length album, IVE, featuring the title track, I Am. I Am is a stylish song with a strong message, encouraging listeners to discover a version of themselves different from who they were yesterday. Along with the unique and addictive synthesizer sound, IVE's explosive vocals harmonize with a soaring drum beat and bass to maximize dynamics. Cool. I look forward to that. The album also contains a total of 11 tracks, not bad, including a pre-release single, Kitsch, which was released back on March 27th. Still have to check out Kitsch. But it sounds interesting. It sounds like a good song, man. You know what I mean? IVE is good. Like, they have a really cool energy. It's big, you know what I mean? Like, they make a big sound, but it's not, I mean, it's still very good. It's still very controlled. You know, they can sound very bright. They can sound very strong. And so, you know, it sounds something like something that they would do. Hopefully they're continuing to sort of develop their signature sound, you know what I mean? The what they do best. And well, I do hope Ray gets better. This article, of course, from All K-Pop, one of the staple publications, one of the places that I will normally check for news. And, you know, on this note, have you noticed that it seems like sort of the comeback season, like all of a sudden, it's great if you're a K-pop fan, all of a sudden, like, every group is releasing an album or going on tour. There's tours that are like still ongoing or just finishing. You know, like all these things are all of a sudden going on, and I kind of thought about it for a while, and without getting too far outside the realm of just K-pop, because there's some other like areas that I would say start to kind of like, you know, become how would you call it, like, it starts to go into other things, just other sort of political things and geopolitical things. But what I would say is, if you have the opportunity to go and see your groups, your favorite group or your favorite groups, or just the ones you want to go and see this year, next year, I'd say make sure you do it, you know what I mean? Because I don't know, have you ever seen like maybe in a nature documentary or something like that, you see a group of animals, like a school of fish that are all moving together, or birds maybe around a watering hole or something, or a herd of you know, I don't know, gazelles or something, and they're all like grazing in a field, and then one of them sort of hears like some sound or some indication that maybe there's some predator out there, something dangerous is happening, and then all of a sudden they all just poof, like everybody just takes off in the same direction, and it's almost like this collective thing, like no individual one really has to think about it. They all just kind of go in one direction. I'm just trying to use that as like an analogy and saying like sometimes those who are closest to like the most proximal to things that are going on, maybe they become aware of stuff, you know what I mean, and so they kind of go, well, if we're gonna do this, we gotta move now, like before whatever's coming down the line actually happens or something. It's just, you know, I could just be like, you know, this could be nothing, this just could be my own little hot take or whatever, but my advice is if you get a chance to go and see them, go for it, you know what I mean. Definitely this year, next year, I think it'd be a good idea. And let's see, the next story from Soompi, and this is about Jisoo. Blackpink's Jisoo takes first ever solo win on Show Champion with Flower. And you know what? Good for Jisoo. I enjoyed the song. I didn't see anything wrong with it, but of course, you know, like my take or whatever. It's always pretty positive. I don't, you know, have like, I never really have like a negative take or whatever. Some people may have indicated that they wanted more, a little bit more, and you know, I understand. Like everybody kind of hears things differently, and every group, every artist does something different, you know, like it's never the same, you know. So that just happens. It's just kind of the way it is, and it's fine. We keep it positive here though, so I appreciated it. And let's see, so according to Soompi, Blackpink's Jisoo has won her first ever music show trophy as a solo artist. The April 5 episode of Show Champion was a special episode with replays of past performances instead of the usual live broadcast. Okay, so a special episode with replays of past performances. Okay. So they had to change up the format a little bit. I'm really not like so familiar with it that I know what the regular show is like, so you know what I mean. That's for at face value, it's okay. So they kind of changed it up a little bit. At the end of the show, it was announced that the candidates for first place were Billy's Yunoya, NMIX's Love Me Like This, WSG Wannabe, Gaia G's To You, BTS's Jimin's Like Crazy, and Jisoo's Flower. Okay, so she was up against Billy NMIX, WSG Wannabe, and Jimin. The trophy ultimately went to Jisoo, marking her very first solo music show win. Check out the winner announcement below. Good for Jisoo. I mean, you know, that's good. I'm happy for her. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a good thing. I enjoyed the song. It's interesting because I do like look for other takes at times, like not necessarily what I do, but just people who are already in the sort of K-pop reaction space, or just in general the K-pop space. And so in other words, they've been familiar with these different groups over their careers, like over the whole history, the you know, their entire generation or longer. And so I hear different opinions about it, definitely. And I guess if I could narrow it down, the thing that I kind of really took, I guess the biggest criticism, if you want to call it that, is that it was not in like people just wanted more. They wanted more sound. They wanted more vocals, more lines, more stuff in the mix. You know what I mean? And like I said, everybody's got a different ear. Everybody's got a different take. Everybody's got different expectations of what they kind of idealize. But at the end of the day, my take is always like, it's what the artist wants to do. It's their stuff. It's their art. So, you know, I guess, like I said, I always kind of look at what's like my perspective is, okay, what's here, and I'm counting everything that's there and adding it up and trying to understand it and trying to get the form of it and the structure of it and the shape of it. So it's never from the perspective of like, oh, there's a deficit or there's something missing, you know what I mean? Like that's not. I always start from silence, right? Zero. There's nothing going on. So count 1, 2, ready, go, and then, okay, it's cumulative after that. It all just sort of adds up. But that's my take, you know. But I good for Jisoo. I think it's good. You can't, you know, everybody has like their groups and their biases and all of this, but like my take is, like I've said before, even if you are gonna claim to be like a particular fandom, you know, I have said that I said it from very early on. I was like, oh no, Twice is the group that got me into K-pop. They're my first ever experience, and the bar was set so high, and you know, like, so that's it for me. That will always be the reference point. That'll always be the template, and it's like, okay, so that's my fandom. That's what I claim. But I'll never detract or be negative because the way I think of it is that, like, if I'm gonna say I'm a once, then I am somewhat electively representing the group, and I really don't get the impression that any member of Twice would ever be like negative towards another group or disparaging or drama inducing, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't, that's not them. I mean, I don't think so. I don't feel that way. And so I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want to go around wearing my Twice shirt and saying like, oh, you know, this and that about these other groups, because I don't think that's fair. But the point is, you know, Jisoo and Blackpink definitely deserve credit. I love Blackpink, you know what I mean? I love Jisoo. I've listened to much of their music. They're like, you know, among the first groups that I ever listened to. It's like, okay, it's Blackpink, and they definitely had their own style and their own sound, and you know, it was but always enjoyable though, always fun, always good. I think they do great work, sound great. So that's just my take. But I'm really happy for Jisoo's success with her solo debut. She did well. She did not do poorly or anything like that, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. And let's see. This is a fun one. Let me see. I have actually a video lead in for this. Shout out to Minori Bear. She's does some of my favorite videos on YouTube, especially concerning Twice. So let's just check this out, right? This is from Minori Bear. Subscribe if you haven't.
Hello, this is Minori Bear. I hope you enjoy this video.
콜라보 해보고 싶은 아티스트가 있다면? 갑자기 설렌다. 저는 사실 그런 거 해보고 싶었어요. SM 타운, 뭐 YG 패밀리 뭐 이렇게 하이브 콘서트 이런 것처럼 뭐 JYP 콘서트를 연다거나 몇몇 친구들이랑 팀을 만든다거나 제가 챙겨줄 수도 있고 이제 트와이스 언니들한테 챙김도 받을 수 있고 그런 자리가 있으면 참 재밌겠다, 좋겠다. 오, 어려워요. 만들어보고 싶은 조합이 있었어요. 엠믹스, 이지, 트와이스에서 보컬 짱들을 이렇게 모아서 릴리, 혜원이, 리아 언니, 지효 언니 이런 식으로 해서 노래가 하나 나오면 참 너무 재밌겠다 생각을 했었습니다. 그랬어요.
So that is interesting, right? She didn't say herself necessarily, but I would assume. But maybe she's it says in this article from Koreaboo, ITZY's Ryujin reveals which JYP entertainment artist she'd pick for a dream project group. She has a vision for her fellow label mates. So maybe she's not including herself in the group. I think she would do fine in it, but I mean, let's see. ITZY's Ryujin finally completed her first solo pictorial, appearing in Vogue Korea's April 2023 edition. The talented ITZY member showed her incredible visuals and ability to pull off multiple fashion styles in the magazine and behind-the-scenes videos for the photo shoots. Ryujin is, well, I think like all of ITZY are great visuals, in my opinion. I don't think they're lacking at all, like any member. But Ryujin is, man, she's something else, man. Along with the photos published in the magazine, Ryujin gave ITZY's additional content when she sat down with Vogue Korea to film Vogue Meets, where she candidly answered fans' questions. Ryujin is known for her confidence on stage, her ability to pull off any concept effortlessly, her gorgeous visuals, and of course her incredible talent. In her photo shoot, Ryujin tried various styles, pulling off a colorful punk look with 90s chunky blonde highlights. Yeah, see what I mean? Like she is quite versatile. On just about everything, but she's got some great looks. Like in other photos, she presented a chic and fashion-forward image with a short blunt bob and trendy bangs. Like she really can pull off just about anything. She's very cool, man. Ryujin is like very, very cool. In others, she joined the Y2K fashion craze, wearing a bright pink and red outfit with matching colorful sunglasses and a smiley face vinyl. But she pulls it off. I mean, Y2K is like weird. It's weird. It was a strange time. But it was fun. It was fun. And Ryujin, she always looks good. It doesn't really matter. See, just as she showed various sides of herself in the photo shoot, she also opened up to middies in her Vogue Meets video and showed her laid-back and relatable side in the responses she gave. While answering fan questions, she opened up about her dream for herself and her fellow JYP entertainment artists. Like other entertainment companies, Ryujin said she hopes to do a family concert where all the company's artists come forward for the show. Okay, so she already has it planned out with dreams of interacting with her twice unnies and taking care of the younger artists. It would be so fun and nice if there was such an opportunity. If they ever were to do a concert, she also hopes the artists can collaborate in teams. When she asked what her dream JYP entertainment project group would be, she revealed she'd had one in mind for a while. In her dream project group, she said she would gather strong vocalists from Twice, ITZY, and NMIXX, and named Twice's Jio, ITZY's Leah, NMIXX's Hyewan, and Lily as her ideal project group members. Hopefully, the talented group will one day be a reality. Check out Ryujin's full Vogue Meets interview below. You know what's interesting about this? Does anybody else remember this? I can't remember where I saw it. I think it was a video on YouTube. I'm pretty sure. But it was this. Maybe it was just a theory. Like it might have just been speculation. But okay, so the crossover universe kind of thing, right? The concept there, right? SM Town, you know, that type of thing. But with a framework, a sort of, you know, the general framework that could encompass all the groups being something from Alice in Wonderland, and it was based off of I think 3 things. Maybe there was more, but I remember 3. Firstly, you have Cheshire, right, which was ITZY's single, right? And then there was NMIX's Dice, which is supposed to be like, you know, Mad Hatter-ish, like, you know what I mean? It's supposed to be that type of allusion to the concept. And then there was Twice's Queen of Hearts. So if, you know, like they kind of tie in together, at least within the framing of some sort of Alice in Wonderland type of theme or setting, you know what I mean? You had the Cheshire Cat, you had the Queen of Hearts, and then Dice was, if I remember, was supposed to relate to something, you know, from the concept, from the realm, from something Mad Hatter-ish, you know, the March Hare, like something about that. But it's, you know, now it makes a little bit more sense, because these are the groups that are even being mentioned, brought up in the answer she gave to this idea as far as describing it. So I don't know. I was trying to find, like, where did I see this? 'Cause I know I've seen it before. Like, I know, you know what I mean? Like, I know I saw somebody talk about this and specifically reference or mention those particular songs, and even to tie them together with the framework of some sort of Alice in Wonderland, like, themed concept, you know. But I think it would be interesting. And I don't even, like, I think you don't have to stop there. I think it's like, she's thinking, again, as she said, of vocalists, like vocals, right? So she's thinking who in these groups has, like, the really, I guess, the strong voices, right? Because Jio's strong, Lily sounds great, Leah sounds great, you know, they all have that quality. And I think you could keep going. Like, maybe you could take some of your lead dancers, right? Some of your lead choreography members from the different groups, and make another group out of that. And then, you know, maybe make like a lyricist type of group too, right? Where you could get like Chaeyoung and Daeun, and that's where Ryujin could also be in, because she does the rap parts in ITZY songs, and then make a group out of that, and then sort of do, like, you know, these different super groups, kind of, right? It's just, you know, where my head goes with that. I was like, I don't think you have to stop at just the vocal group. I think if you're going to, why not just go all out, right? It would be interesting. It would be a way to put more energy and maybe, you know, another direction to go in. Of course, everybody has full plates. Everybody's, you know what I mean? Like, maybe it's a possibility, but you got a lot of things to consider. You got a lot of contracts and, you know, different things like that. So, you know, it would be something that would take planning. It would take a lot of, like, you know, we're gonna start to pull from here, start talks about this, or what do you think about this, suggestions, You know, and of course they would put the work in. The JYPE side is going to really sit down and brainstorm something like that. They're not just going to try and whip it together real quick. They're going to be very considerate if they ever went that direction. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just thought that was like, oh man, because I remembered hearing something about that. So I know it's real. I know I didn't just dream it up or whatever. I saw it somewhere. I swear I've seen it somewhere. It makes too much sense. It's too congruent. It wasn't just a dream. But you know, I did mention on Twitter the other day, somebody said that they had a dream and one of the members from Twice was in it, and I was like, they didn't really like go into it, but it made me recall I've had 2 dreams with Twice members in them. The first one was maybe like a couple of months ago now, maybe 2, almost 3 months ago, and it was I was getting ready to go and do something important. It felt like you got some kind of mission that you have to go and do, you know. And so I'm kind of talking to people, and like half the people are like sort of cheering me on, like, oh yeah man, you can do it, you know, you got this. And then the other half of the people I'm talking to are like almost logistically coordinating, like, okay, well, you're gonna need this and you're gonna need that, and, you know, talk to this person, you're gonna have to get this, you know. So it's like, okay, a workup, like there's something I gotta go and do, and I'm gonna do it, and I'm making my way through sort of talking to people. And it's in like a downtown type of environment, you know, very urban, metropolitan type of setting. And finally I'm walking outside of this building, this brick building, and there's a bunch of people around. Some of them know like what's going on, some of them don't, some of them are just passers-by. And then all of a sudden, out of the side entrance of this building, this brick building, the door opens and Nayeon walks up, and she comes into the foreground, and everybody is like, oh look, it's Nayeon, you know what I mean? Like, oh, everybody recognized her, like, what's she doing? What's she out here, you know? And she walks up to me, and she gave me a little kiss. Not like a crazy kiss, but it was like, it's a little like just for luck, you know, kind of like that kind of thing. Like, you're going on this mission, good luck. You know what I mean? I know you'll do it. I know you can pull this off, and just a little something for, you know, for good luck or whatever, a little blessing, right? And then after that, you know, the dream kind of ends after that. But I was like, okay. That was the first dream that I had. And then a little while later, like maybe about a month later, month and a half, I had another dream, right? But this one was, maybe it seemed like it's actually the continuation. Like if this was a series, that was episode 1. And then episode 2, I was there with, me and Dayan were gonna go and rescue Tsuyu from a bunch of zombies. And she was Tsuyu somewhere in this building, right? And she's up on like one of the upper floors, and she can't get out because down below it's all like zombies everywhere, you know. And so I guess she like somehow called or communicated or something. I was like, hey guys, I need help because I'm in the middle of this zombie land or whatever. And so then it's Dayan and me, and we're all like, you know, we're all geared up, you know what I mean? But like Resident Evil or something, you know what I mean? Like we got all this cool gear on, and you know, I got a handgun, and I got like a shotgun or something like that. And then I look over, and Dayan's got she's got a flamethrower. Like she's dressed all cool and everything too, but she's got like this side ponytail braid thing going on, and she's got this flamethrower, and she kind of like picks it up and holds it, and then there's like the little pilot light, and she kind of gives it a little test like okay, I'm ready. And then after that she's like kind of just signals like it's time to go, and I'm like, all right, let's do this, and we take off. And then that's where the dream ends, you know what I mean? Like I woke up after that, so I don't know what the next episode will be, but that was the point where
What are you doing? It's too late. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hurry up.
it was the point where I woke up, and that was the end of the dream. And I haven't gotten to episode 3 yet, so maybe I will at some point in time. But anyways, that about wraps it up. I just wanted to share that little story because I thought about it the other day when I saw that tweet about dreaming about a Twice member. I said, oh yeah, I've done that too. But that's going to wrap up this first episode of the K-pop news type of format or video. So let me know what you think about the possible JYPE group. Wouldn't it be cool? What could be done with that? Some appreciation for Jisoo's solo debut, and IVE. I guess we'll look out for that. Let's see what happens with it. I will be checking out I Am pretty soon. Hopefully, if not today, tomorrow, I can get around to doing that. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up for now. And so, just let me know what you think. Maybe we can do this a little bit more often from this point forward. I just thought it was cool. Maybe like a good idea as the channel kind of grows to maybe expand into some different content, just in case. Of course, I will continue to do reactions, and I'd like to do more of the sort of music theory type of, breakdowns of some songs. I can't do every song that way because, man, it would take forever. Maybe one day, if I don't have to like keep my day job or whatever, maybe one day we can, really get into it. But that's it for now. It's just some ideas, things I'm trying out. So hopefully it works. Hopefully it goes over well. And I will look for more articles as the weeks go by. We'll see what happens. We'll see what there is to cover, what's going on in the world of K-pop with some of our favorite groups and everything. And we'll probably learn a whole lot too. I imagine that's one of the reasons that I started looking into the articles and things, just to pick up more information and learn a little bit more about the industry and about the groups and stuff. So I thought this would be a cool idea to make a video for. So let me know what you think, and until next time, I will see you later. 안녕.